Welcome into the studio with FloHockey. We're excited to have our very first guest in the studio with us. Former Sioux City Musketeers captain, former Northeastern Huskies captain, 2025 AHL All-Star, and Texas Stars forward Justin Hryckowian. Justin, it's been your first season of pro this year. Just how are you feeling and how are you kind of dealing with the full season?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's been great. It's been a blast. A lot of great memories already so far with this group. We have a great team, great teammates, coaching staff, just trying to soak it all in together and going through every day and learning every day.
What have been some of those things that you've learned going throughout this process?
I think just how to handle the schedule, trying to adapt your game to, a 70-game schedule versus the college day-to-day lifestyle, and just figuring out the ins and outs of pro hockey and trying to find ways to help the team win. So,
what's been the biggest surprise since making the jump?
I think a lot of it's just figuring out the lifestyle. I think the lifestyle is so different from college, the amount of games and just the travel and everything. Just getting used to all of that, but honestly, like just seeing how well you get treated on the road, and your only responsibility is just hockey. You don't have classes or anything, so just making sure you're taking care of your job and doing things the right way, so you can relax the rest of the day.
I was going to ask a little bit about that as well, because that change going from being in juniors and having that schedule, being in college, and you get more freedom because you're away from home, you get to do a little bit more, but you still have classes, you still have that responsibility. What's it like just kind of being out on your own?
Yeah, I love it personally. I mean, my only responsibility really is to just be the best hockey player I can be and help the team win games. And I don't really take that lightly. And go through your routine at the rink every day and make sure you have no excuse to not put in the time. And when you're done with that, you have most of the day to kind of hang out and do whatever your hobbies are and kind of lay low. So I'm enjoying the freedom and the lifestyle and just being able to navigate it all and together. So.
It's been your first season pro and you've already been named an AHL All-Star. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it's been a hell of a year, just for our whole team. Honestly, it's been super exciting for me personally as well. I mean, I didn't really put any expectations into the season in terms of going to AHL All-Star game or anything like that. But ever since the start of the year, things have been clicking throughout our lineup, and I've played with some great players to help me accomplish that, and it was great to be there with our captain Curtis at the same time. So, yeah, I mean, we had so many worthy guys, so it could have been anyone, but I was honored to represent our team.
Has there been anyone who's kind of taken you under their wing this year and kind of shown you the ropes a little bit more?
Yeah, I think our captain, Curtis McKenzie, he's been great to me even since last year, joining at the end of the season there. I think everyone gets along with him. He's a great guy, and he's able to be serious, but also hang out with the guys and be funny at the same time. So I've learned a lot from him, just how he goes about his day to day, and obviously he's got a young family too. So there's a lot to take away from him as a person and a hockey player.
You've already made your NHL debut with Dallas this year. What was that like, kind of going through that day?
Yeah, no, it was a dream come true. You never knew when it was going to come. You always worked hard to achieve it one day, and I'm glad I could do that this year. Super exciting moment for just me and my whole family and my whole support group back home, and everyone's helped me do it. Like, it was just such a great memory I'll have for the rest of my life, and a great experience.
You did go undrafted before signing as a free agent. Just what was your mindset? Were you just kind of focused on, I'm going to make it either way?
Yeah, I think that's never changed, the belief in myself. I mean, since I was probably 5, 6 years old, the dream was to play in the NHL. So I've never lost that, and I always thought I could do it. And obviously, getting passed up during the draft was not the best feeling, but if anything, it fueled me more than sent me downwards. So I was able to use that and use it as a boost. And by the time I got to college, it honestly became a blessing because I was able to kind of choose in a sense where I wanted to go, and obviously Dallas is a great organization. So,
what was the thing that ultimately made you be like, "Yep, Dallas, I'm signing with you, coming out there"?
I think the people I spoke with, and everyone had high things to say about the organization, even outside. Just talking to people around the league and all that stuff. They're a first-class organization. They presented the opportunity to me, and I had a lot of trust and belief in them and do things the right way. So yeah, and then obviously when I got here, met the standard, and even more honestly, just the people, the coaching staff, the players, they do it the right way. So.
being, in the AHL with Texas, what has that learning experience been like? Because, the systems, while, they can be as similar as they can, they're obviously every team has a little bit of a different feel to it. What's it been like just kind of getting both experiences between them?
Yeah, it's been great. Even like joining from college to here, that was a huge difference in style. And I think I took the springtime last year in the playoff run to kind of adjust to that. And this season, I felt a lot more comfortable with it here. And then a lot of it is pretty similar to what Dallas is doing as well. So it makes the transition pretty easily. There's just a couple of little details that are a little different, but coaching staff does a great job to kind of just keep you up to date and informed on what you need to do. And it's pretty simple. Just do your job.
Talk about playoffs last year. We're getting into that season a little bit more and more this year. Sitting basically at the top of the division, we got 4 games in hand as of today, the 19th of February, and you're 1 point behind Milwaukee. What's that kind of playoff push been, I guess, as we get closer to clinching season?
Yeah, our division's super competitive, and it's super tight, obviously, and every point matters at this time of year for sure. And now it's kind of a lot about shifting our mindset towards trying to play a more playoff style game, more detailed game, and making sure we're not cutting corners as the season gets into later in the season here. And we want to make sure our game's sharp and our minds are sharp, and we're attacking each game with the right mindset.
What's the different feeling kind of as we get to this point of the season compared to last year?
I think for me personally, it's just like I'm way more comfortable in the situation. I'm used to my surroundings, and I know the team. Very comfortable with everybody, and I think just being a part of it for the full year just makes me a little more connected to the group and just how the season's going. So I think we have a lot of good confidence going into this stretch of the year. The team's been playing really well, and we still feel like there's another level we can get to. So I think that's all we're focused on right now, and we feel something special within the group. So we just got to take it day by day.
I want to talk to you a little more about your path. Like the USHL, especially with FloHockey, has a special place for us. What was the decision to go play? First for Cedar Rapids and then heading out to Sioux City. What was the decision to head to the USHL?
Yeah, the year before I went to USHL, I was playing prep school and committed to Northeastern that season. And the coaching staff there were huge on the USHL. They believed it was the best league to play in, and kind of they try and send all their players there before going to college. So it was kind of a no-brainer for me, and I ended up getting drafted by Cedar Rapids. And although I didn't play, only played like first 20 games or so, and then got injured in COVID, that was a great experience for me. I turned into a man, I think, that year. Learned how to play hockey the right way under Mark Carlson and just everybody there. And then unfortunately, I couldn't play the following year, and was picked up by Sioux City that season. And obviously, I want to go back to Cedar Rapids, but Sioux City, they welcomed me with open arms, and coaching staff there with Coach Strand and everybody else just did a great job with me, and I enjoyed my experience. We had a great team that year, and we went on a little run there in the playoffs. The league was super competitive that year, and I think that was great hockey for everybody.
And you showed up and earned the C, just like kind of in your first season with the team. That type of leadership, I feel like you just don't find all that often. What was their message to you kind of as you entered that season?
Yeah, I think, it being my second year in the league, and, I think going back to Cedar Rapids, I was excited to make a huge impact and across the league and just for the team. And, when Sioux City was able to pick me up, I think they just wanted me to be me. I think they were looking for a little boost from the year before, and I was able to kind of come in and just be myself. And I think it resonated well with the group and the guys around me. And we were a super tight-knit group, and it worked well, so it was good.
And then your decision to commit to Northeastern, what was that process for you? How did you decide on Northeastern? Where did that come in?
I think, I wanted to go to college hockey since I was probably 13, 14 years old. It's kind of when I got introduced to it, and I kind of fell in love with it. And my dream was probably always to go to school in Boston, honestly. And we had a path of guys coming from my neck of the woods in Montreal that were kind of committing to Northeastern and went there and had great careers. So I was kind of the next one up in line to follow that path, and they've done a great job developing guys, and they did a great job with me as well. So I enjoyed my time there.
How did your experience there help you get ready to be a pro?
It was huge. It was just It was great for me. I got so much opportunity there, to just be myself once again and just impact the game in every facet, offensively, defensively, and power play, PK, and all that stuff. So from freshman to my junior year, I grew a lot and just learning little details and habits on how to be a pro and carry myself on and off the ice.
Coming back to this season, again, you have that a little more freedom. I mean, in college you get that taste, and then you're on your own now. What does that game day look like for you? Just having that kind of wide open, but also, you have that schedule to stick to.
Yeah, game days are great. Obviously, the best days of the week. I think we come in pretty early and we'll have some meetings and video and, morning skate, kind of just sharpen up the tools and get your legs going. And then you kind of have a couple hours in between nap or get a meal in you. And everyone kind of does their own thing and kind of follow the same routine. I think that's one thing our coach told us this season was Nick Lidstrom, how he was just like in love with this routine and he was like addicted to it. And it's kind of something that stuck with me, and it kind of, it's so true though. I've kind of been that way for a long time, just sticking to a routine and loving it and making sure not taking it for granted. So
is there anything in your routine where if it's a little bit off, you're like, nope, I have to start over, we're going again?
Not really. I try not to be as strict in terms of that, but try and follow a similar path and try and make sure my body and my head just in a great place to play the game when 7 o'clock hits.
Do you have any teammates who you look at their routine and you're like, all right, you need to settle down a little bit?
Yeah, I think my line mate Tony Strangis, he's got a lot going on, but it's working for him, so you shouldn't change a thing.
Have you looked at him and been like, all right, maybe I need to try it a little bit?
No, I would never. But no, I think it's cool. He's into it and he goes about his stuff the right way. So,
have you, as the season's gone on, kind of adapted a little bit more to adding things or taking things out of your routine that you kind of had already been used to?
Yeah, I think it's a balance. I think in college, you play 30, 40 games, so you're able to, I think, throughout the week put in a lot more time and effort into practice and weight room and stuff like that. And it kind of gets hard with the travel and the more games and the pro. So you got to just pick and choose your moments on when to really dial in and exert yourself and stuff. So I've just been teetering with that throughout the whole year, and it's been a good thing for me.
And then overall, has there been a moment this season that you're like, yeah, that stands out as like a most memorable time?
Honestly, it's been a great year so far with this team. Like I feel like we've had a lot of highs and we've even felt some lows, especially early on in the season. Like we've stuck through it, and I think we finally over the last couple of months, like we're just gelling so well. It feels like every game we're just taking another step together, and I love how it's not just one or two guys leading the way. Like we have so many guys contributing so many different ways. Like I think we got a good thing going, and hopefully, these memories and moments you're asking for, we can experience them down the road here coming soon.
If you had to pick a teammate for everyone to keep an eye on for the rest of the season, who would it be?
I think Tony Strangis, I just brought him up, but we've been line mates basically since the beginning of the season and hasn't really left, and we've had a good thing going together. And obviously, if you come watch a game, he's buzzing around out there making plays, and he's one of the most skilled players I've ever seen. So it's been fun.
On that note, I was going to ask you, if someone's never been to a Texas Stars game and you had to sell them on it, what would you say to get them to come out?
I think it's just an exciting, fast, skilled, and physical brand of hockey, and I think we try and play the right way every night, and I think our style of play just kind of will get you out of your seat sometimes with just the pace we play at, and obviously we have guys who aren't afraid to mix it up too. So I think it's just a great entertainment for everybody who wants to come watch.
The fans in Texas are just on another level a lot of nights. The barn's almost always packed. It's a really fun environment. What does that do for you guys on the ice when fans show up like that?
Yeah, it's huge. We got the best fans in the league. They've been unreal for us since the beginning of the season, and you can feel it pick up as the more wins we stack, and it's a huge advantage for us. And obviously, hopefully in playoff time with that, if we get home ice or whenever we do play at home, they're going to be huge for us to kind of boost us up when we need it and kind of make the opponent feel a little bit of doubt maybe. So they've been unreal for us, and we love the sport.
All right, I know, speaking of the home crowd, home arena, but on the road, what's been the most fun city that you've gotten to visit so far?
We went on a California trip earlier in the year, and we enjoyed that one in Palm Springs. We also went to Vegas too, which was fun. But also inside the division, there's some good spots to go to. We really enjoy, I think, Milwaukee together. Like, it's a nice little area for us to hang out, but also play in. I mean, all those arenas I just mentioned are some good spots to play. So it gets really exciting.
I mean, with Milwaukee, we were talking a little earlier, that playoff atmosphere maybe carrying over from last year. If you guys end up having to play them again, it's going to be a little electric. What's it going to be like in front of the home crowd again, if that game comes up?
Yeah, if we end up playing them, it's going to be a great series. It was last year, and I think the years prior to me getting here, they faced each other as well. So every game, even in the regular season, is intense, and it's an opponent we really respect, and every game really matters against those guys, and so it's always a great game.
All right, now I've got some funky questions for you that aren't entirely hockey related. Actually,
Okay.
Most of them aren't hockey related at all.
Okay.
My first one, it's kind of a signature question of mine.
Okay.
But if you were a fruit, what fruit would you be? And I need a reason why. And then you forget every fruit that you've ever seen or eaten.
Yeah, I'm trying. I think I'm just an apple guy. I think it's just keep it simple. I think I don't know. I feel like I can relate to that a little bit. Just standard, classic. Can never go wrong with it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Kind of versatile too. That you can kind of use them in a bunch of different ways. And
yeah, we'll go with that. That works.
I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
All right. What are your top 3 playlist must-haves?
Anything 50 Cent, anything Gunna, and I like Drake, so we'll throw him in there too.
Okay. All right. So you have a side in this little.
I like both sides. I'm not jumping off Drake's bandwagon, but I also like Kendrick too. So.
Right. What's a question that you think that the media doesn't ask enough?
Good question. I don't know. Media does a great job. I feel like do their job really well, and I enjoy answering any question they ask. So.
Okay. Well, on the flip side of that, what's a question you think is asked too much?
I can't give you that, but I'd say like an answer that all the guys I feel like it's pretty classic of the guys just saying we gotta get pucks in and get to the net. I think it's a classic answer that I think everyone uses in the locker room when they get in the media, and maybe we can switch it up a little bit and show a little something different.
Okay, so if we ever catch you saying it, we'll bring this back up and be like, hey, by the way.
You probably will. We'll see though.
If there were a zombie apocalypse and you had to choose 3 teammates to be like your zombie apocalypse squad, who would they be and what would their role be in the group?
Okay, I would take one of my roommates, Luke Chris. He would kind of be coordinating everything. He's a smart guy, so I hope he can kind of lead the way in that sense. And then maybe I get Christian Kyrou to be a little more of the brute force. He would kind of take a lot of he would get in the fight a bit, and then maybe Colin, just bringing some energy and some juice. Never a dull moment with that guy. So.
What would your role be?
I'd be in the trenches with the boys and try and figure a way out of there.